show, yelling and screaming on the front row. Jumped on stage, knocked me down, you made me horny. I drug you around, put you in the van, took you to the tail. On the way there, you was texting on your cell. You jumped out the van.
Well, the videos that have come out in the last few hours have been ultra FUD. It's really interesting, but by far the worst that I've seen so far is this one here by a guy named Short the Vix. This is quite possibly, well, I can't say it's the worst video ever, but don't take my word for it though. Let's see
you got a real bad temper. I got another woman.
You know what this is all about here. So this is a very short stream. I just wanted to do this while I was thinking about it, while I had a little bit of time. So yeah, check this out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to
What's going on, guys?
Video, I have an extremely important AMC, and honestly, what the heck is going on with our financial media in the market update for you guys this evening? So what we're going to be covering in this update is a little bit of the technicals on AMC, a little bit of the ortex and the options data as well.
What we're going to be covering in this
over the situation that I have
got nothing on Trey on that
Business
though.
Insider, their CEO, and his history of fraudulent practices.
Ooh.
Just a hint before we get into a little bit later in this video, he is fully banned from the securities industry.
Fully banned?
For life from the
For
SEC.
life?
That doesn't happen very often, so you know that the actions that this individual who owns and is the CEO now of a pretty substantial financial media outlet has done some pretty wild things in the past in the world of finance. There's some other relationships in here too that we have to take a look at as well. But before we get into all of that information, if you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot.
This is like something a grandmother would. This is like a grandmother's take. It's so bad. Okay, I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit because...
Now, again, market pretty volatile. We had Powell this morning. We're going to be getting Powell tomorrow. So I would expect some more volatility going into the end of the week before we are going to be getting GDP numbers over the next couple of weeks.
Okay.
Now, looking at AMC on some of the longer time frames over here, we like to look at this on the 4-hour chart to kind of get a better indication of where things are going to go over the next couple of days. Above the options data for 22.71.
All right, here we go. Now it starts to get...
private
it's a boatload of fun
for AMC. Let me just give this a little bit of a quick update before we get into the bulk of this information and essentially how the hell is any of this legal. 22.71% estimated.
How is 22 point? Oh my God! How is 22.71%? How is that legal? How is that? How is that legal? That should be illegal. I mean, seriously, it should be illegal.
21.22% average cost to borrow, 27.87% max cost to borrow, and now we still see 193.35 million shares on loan with AMC.
Well, that should definitely be fucking illegal.
7.51% of the free float is on loan right now. Very, very crazy. Now, I did get a couple of questions today on the live stream. Well, what is the gamma potential like for AMC? Again, anytime you talk about gamma squeeze, it's an if this, then that statement. We would need to see a very significant jump to the upside to even really have that conversation.
So in other words,
whether or not these market...
He's beating around the bush. There is no possibility for a gamma squeeze. That's what he just said.
Are going to do any significant amount of hedging. But when we take a look at the weekly options chain for AMC this week, we do see a decent amount of open interest at 13, 13.50, 14.
14,000? So that's a decent amount. Okay,
give us a little bit more buying pressure.
And that's out of the fucking money, too. That's out of the money. It's one strike out of the money. That's pathetic.
But again, you need to see that initial buying pressure anyway in order for us to get there. So buying pressure is what we need. Whether
you need that for a goddamn short squeeze, too.
From retail investors. Anything that gets us going to the upside at this point, I think is fine by me. Now, let's get into this situation right now with Business Insider, their CEO, the history, the relationships, and how crazy this is.
This is an exclusive scoop by Short the Vix. He uncovered it. So, you know, awesome.
So, the first thing that we need to take a look at right here is this SEC judgment against this individual, Henry Blodgett. The regulators charged that, among other things, Blodgett of New York City issued fraudulent research under Merrill Lynch's name, as well as research in which he expressed views that were inconsistent with privately expressed negative views. Blodgett's conduct constituted violations of the federal securities laws and NASD and NYSE rules, which require that, among other things, published research reports have a reasonable basis, present a fair picture of the investment risks and benefits, and do not make exaggerated or unwarranted claims. Now, the two examples that are outlined right here aided and abetted violations of anti-fraud provisions from the federal securities laws and violated SRO rules by issuing research.
Why hasn't he said when this supposedly took place yet? Like that's kind of dumb. This was 99 to 2001. Oh, the dot-com bubble.
Reports on one internet company, GoTo.com, that were materially misleading because they were contrary to privately expressed negative views, and issued research reports on 6 other internet companies listed here that were not based in principles of fair dealing in good faith and did not provide a sound basis for evaluating facts regarding those companies, contained exaggerated or unwarranted claims about those companies, and or contained opinions for which there was no reasonable basis. And
so you mean basically he did what you do on a daily basis, and all of the other grifters. That's what you're saying, right? Exaggerated or unwarranted claims about the company, opinions for which there was no reasonable basis. Yeah, that's exactly what you do, Short the VIX. That's exactly what all your grifter buddies do every day. Every day. Boy, it's so ironic that he would call this out.
Look
that is bizarre. That is bizarre.
Find this right here. Will be censured and permanently banned from the securities industry, and will make a
it says barred, but
of where things are.
Oops.
General Elliott Spitz. 4 million is not really the important part here. Principles of fair dealing in good faith and did not provide a sound basis. And when we look up here, let me see if I can find this right here. Will be censured and permanently banned from the securities industry, and will make a total payment of $4 million to settle the charges against them. The $4 million is not really the important part here, but he's banned from participating in the securities industry. Now, when we come
I would be happy with that as a punishment. More of like I think we could all live with that if you know, all these fucking YouTube grifters were banned, or I'm sorry, barred from participating in the market. That would be fucking fabulous.
A narrative of what happened. Star Tech analyst Blodgett became a poster boy for corporate collusion that helped fuel the 1990s dot-com bubble after his emails were subpoenaed and released in 2002 by then New York Attorney General Elliott Spitzer. The messages revealed that as the high-flying analyst was talking up stocks on television and elsewhere, in private, he was deriding the same equities as junk, crap, and powder keg, and worse, a dishonest practice that many analysts embrace. The companies Blodgett promoted had business ties or potential ties with Merrill's investment banking arm. Blodgett later paid $4 million in penalties and was banned for life from the securities industry. Now, that's not all.
That's not all.
Barred from the securities industry right here. What did he then end up doing over the next few years? Well, when we come over here, in 2002,
when we come over here to this, which is obviously Wikipedia,
he basically got banned right here. His writing. Following his departure from the financial markets, Blodgett resumed his career as a financial and economics writer.
Oh my God, how dare he do that? I mean, he's barred from the securities industry for life. I mean, he should be sent to exile to some remote island. He doesn't get to do anything else. What?
Appointed CEO of Cherry Hill Research.
CEO? He's a CEO? But he was barred from. Oh my!
Doing research.
What a disgrace!
Again, a research and consulting firm, and contributed to Slate, Newsweek International, New York Times, Fortune.
No wonder Slate sucks so much.
Online, Business 2.0, yada yada yada. Now he rose to prominence again as co-founder, CEO, and editor-in-chief of Business
Insider. Okay. So you think he's going to say, this is a story of somebody who, he screwed up way back when. 20 years ago, 22, 23 years ago. Yeah, he screwed up. It was dumb, but a lot of people were doing it. Doesn't make it okay, but a lot of people did that kind of shit, and he got caught, and he paid the price. Then he went on to do some shit. He went on to do some more stuff. Hey, that's a comeback story. Everybody loves a comeback story, especially the apes, right? The underdogs.
Insider.
Maybe that's where it'll go.
2007. He was also a frequent contributor to Seeking Alpha. Now, I looked to see if there was any recent Seeking Alpha articles. Everything that we can find back here is basically from 2008. That looks like when he stopped contributing. The last article right here, March 17, 2008. Now, when we come over and take a look at some of the Business Insider articles, I found an example of one right here. AMC stock hasn't changed, and one blockbuster doesn't fix it. So, again, you have an individual who has been permanently barred from this.
Wow, he's going off on a fucking tirade here. This is so judgy, so fucking judgmental. Like, what is his problem? This is an entitled white kid from the suburbs. This is what this is. This kid, I mean, wow. I can't wait to hear this whole tirade. All right.
Example of one right here. AMC stock hasn't changed, and one blockbuster doesn't fix it.
Well, that's actually true. That is a solid headline.
So, again, you have an individual who has been permanently barred from the securities industry.
So he should have literally a red W on his chest, on his shirt, instead of a red A. Let's put a scarlet W on him so that everybody knows that this individual was banned from the securities industry. Okay? This guy's a fucking Puritan.
Putting out materially false information about securities, now owning...
Like you do every fucking day about one security. Now don't give us that shit. Oh my God, how dare this guy put out materially false information. Dude, you literally do that every day. What the fuck? How can you be this fucking clueless?
Business
oh my
Insider,
God.
Or not directly owning, but he's the CEO, as we'll see later.
Not directly owning. Oh, okay. So we could say that was materially false then, right?
CEO of Business Insider, putting out information. How is anything that this individual says or this company says have any basis in fact, or can you trust anything that they say? Now,
what? So every mistake that people make should be carried forward with them, and it should negate anything else that they do? What? I can't decide if this is childish or just ignorant. Childish and ignorant. It's definitely entitled. Jesus Christ. God forbid anything happen to this kid negative in his life. You know, if he ever gets a speeding ticket, holy shit. Oh my God, this is fucking horrible.
Here are a couple of the other things that I want you guys to take a look at as well. When we come over to Business Insider over here, in early 2020,
a website that appears to be Wikipedia.
CEO Henry Blodgett convened a meeting in which he announced plans for the website to acquire 1 million subscribers, 1 billion unique visitors per month, and over 1,000 newsroom employees. The parent companies of Business Insider and eMarketer merged in 2020 in connection with the proposed purchase of Axel Springer by KKR. KKR is going to be very, very important here.
Okay.
But
yeah.
I want you guys to take a look at this very quickly. After Business Insider was purchased by Axel Springer SE in 2015, a substantial portion of its staff left the company. According to a CNN report, some staff exited, complaining that traffic took precedence over enterprise reporting, meaning that they were essentially willing to put anything out into the news media outlets if they were going to get clicks and views.
You mean like how you guys do that every day about AMC? You guys are willing to put anything out. Like, let's see what we have here. AMC stock short interest is now 700%. CEO said this. Massive squeeze coming. Right. Okay. Here. How the fuck is this legal? Yeah, how is this fucking shit legal? I agree. AMC stock, it's about to blow up. JP Morgan fires hundreds of mortgage employees. Sucks to be you, paper hands and shorters. Hashtag perdition. Al from Boston. Possibly a bigger grifter charlatan than short the VIX. AMC versus GME, Aron versus Cohen, and the race to a short squeeze. Who will run first? AMC, GME short squeeze. Well, guys, Asalorian, how is there a race to a short squeeze? The only thing more pathetic than AMC's volume is GameStop's volume. Jesus. Better than $74 run. Prediction update. Okay, yeah. Better than 74. AMC stock prediction. What fraud are they perpetrating? Cost to borrow rates are climbing again. Hedge funds are finished. Well, I think that's false, TMI. Put the fucking mask back on. And, I mean, Jesus Christ. No joking, ape father and the ape wife might be getting divorced. 100% for real. Okay? How does that have anything to do with AMC GME? Oh, well, probably because, yeah, never mind. Ortex just leaked massive numbers for AMC stock. They just leaked them. Right. 0 shares left. Period. 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 There are no shares left. It's like when you ran out of toilet paper in 2020. There is no toilet paper left. There are no AMC shares left. Well, that's not how it fucking works, scavenger. So, is that what you're talking about here? That's what he means. Traffic took precedence over reporting. Yeah, I want to hear that again because it's so fucking ridiculous. God damn it, this guy is so fucking stupid.
CNN report, some staff exited complaining that traffic took precedence over enterprise reporting, meaning that they were essentially willing to put anything out into
They were willing to put anything out
the news media outlets
to the social media outlets
if they were going to get clicks and
views. And views. Yes, that is exactly what you fucking do. What a fucking hypocrite. Jesus
pretty interesting right here. We see a lot of these media
it is interesting.
do this right now.
Yeah, we see a lot of these AMC grifters do this right now.
Right here. When we come over and see who these individuals are who own Axel Springer and also indirectly own a giant percentage of businesses.
Oh, he almost said boatload. He wanted to say boatload. I swear to God, he wanted to say boatload. Listen. Oh, shit.
Now, back to KKR right here. When we come over and see who these individuals are who own Axel Springer and also indirectly own a giant percentage of business are who own Axel Springer and also indirectly own a giant percentage
a giant
individuals are who own Axel Springer and also indirectly own a giant percentage individuals are who own Axel Springer and also indirectly own a giant percentage of business.
Yeah, he wanted to say that.
What do?
He's a fucking grandma.
Business consists of a strategic manager partnership with third-party hedge fund managers in which KKR owns a minority stake. As of December 31st, 2017, the strategic manager partnerships with third-party hedge fund managers accounted for $26.2 billion of assets under management. So how is it that an individual who was barred from the securities
Here we go with this individual talk. How is it that this person... Jesus Christ. I'm gonna let him do his whole little tirade here.
Accounted for $26.2 billion of assets under management. So how is it that an individual who was barred from the securities industry starts essentially a financial media news outlet that gets bought out by a private equity firm that then has third-party relationships with hedge funds in which their stake is worth about $26.2 billion? How is anything that these individuals saying not necessarily thinking about how it's related to essentially AMC and GME right now, but these institutions and individuals have a beneficial interest in putting out news stories or not putting out news stories that will benefit their own equity holdings. So,
right, like the bullshit that you and your cohort of fucking morons here put out every day. They have an interest in putting out or not putting out certain information because it directly affects their income, their YouTube income, right? I cannot believe, I really cannot believe that he put this video out. I mean, this is quite possibly the stupidest video he's ever done in the whole 2 fucking years that he's been putting out the same 6 videos in a cycle. There's your cycle.
What we're looking at here, and the main takeaway that I want you guys to understand
this
from
too.
this is I understand
5,200 views, 700 likes. That's fucking shit.
that a lot of
That's
people
shit
get very
ratio.
frustrated when people like Gasparino or some other people in the news media outlets like to either say nonsensical things about either the market or AMC and GME, or they like to say things that are just completely not based in fact. After watching this
okay, right, because you're the one who is standing up for facts, right? What a
video,
joke.
what I really want you guys to really understand is it does not matter what anybody outside of yourself thinks about your investment. Everybody is going to have their own essentially agenda in putting out whatever news that they're going to put out. Is Business Insider the only institution doing this?
So he's saying don't worry about facts. Don't worry about what anybody else says that might be factual or opinion. Just trust what you already know. I mean, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Essentially, that's alternative facts. That's the fucking Kellyanne Conway alternative facts theory. Well, we have alternative facts that support this. Yeah, no shit you do. He's definitely, well, whatever. I don't know. He's probably not even, well, I guess he is old enough to vote. But, I mean, no, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. And, and I agree with that if you're talking about opinions. But there are these things called facts, okay? And they really are not negotiable. They are not negotiable. So it doesn't matter if somebody believes 2 + 2 = 5. That's incorrect. Now, you're going to get some of these assholes, some of these, annoying people who will try to come up with some way. They will, pull out all the stops and go highly theoretical and say, well, da-da-da-da-da, whatever they say. I don't listen. But at the end of the day, it's just, yeah, okay, great. Take that alternative fact, run with it, invest on it, see you later, have fun. And what else can you do? But this is dumb.
Absolutely not. But this is the example that we have in this video here that is absolutely insane. So that is going to wrap up
absolutely
this update
insane. Yeah, it is insane, isn't it? Jesus Christ. I mean, wow. I want to go back just a little bit.
Of assets under management.
I got to hear this. This is an individual.
KKR's hedge fund business consists of strategic manager partnerships with third-party hedge fund managers in which KKR owns a minority stake. As of December 31st, 2017, the strategic manager partnerships with third-party hedge fund managers accounted for $26.2 billion of assets under management.
Billion!
So how is it that an individual who was barred from the securities industry starts essentially a financial media news outlet that gets bought out by a private equity firm that then has third-party relationships with hedge funds in which their stake is worth about $26.2 billion? How is anything that these individuals saying not necessarily thinking about how it's related to essentially AMC and GME right now, but these institutions and individuals
that doesn't even make sense. How is anything these people are not necessarily like what? So you're just trying to make an association. This is like what I call like juxtapositional implication. So he's trying to make what he's trying to do. He's got this guy, this individual that he found who's a scumbag. Now you can tell that he thinks that Henry Blodgett is a scumbag. He thinks that he is a second or third class citizen because he was accused by the government of doing something. It was a civil matter. He agreed to a acceptance consent waiver, and he paid a fine, and he accepted the punishment. I'm not standing up for anything. I don't know anything about this, but I mean, it's just like this is the type of attitude that this guy has. I'm sorry. This is the kind of attitude that this kid has. He's a kid. He's very much a kid. Very much. But he can paint this person as evil, and then he can show a Business Insider article. So yeah, I mean, of course, it's because he's a convicted securities fraud. That's why his paper's putting out all this nonsense, and now they're connected to hedge funds, which we know that they're evil. It's just garbage, and all the while, the whole time, he's doing essentially the same thing as what this individual was accused of doing, albeit on a different scale, in a different way, in a meme stock now, social media kind of way. None of this stuff was around in the late 90s, but it is now. And just like Henry Blodgett's shit influenced people then, what these people do now influences people now. So I really did not even realize how ridiculous of a video this was. I watched it once and I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to do a short stream on it because this is ridiculous. My initial hit was, this is nonsense. But then as I watched it again just now, it really did dawn on me how ridiculous this is. And he's unaware of it. He has no clue. He thinks he did a good thing. He uncovered this. I mean, he said that at the beginning. This thing that I uncovered. I mean...
Important AMC, and honestly, what the heck is going on with our financial media in the market update for you guys this evening? So what we're going to be covering in this update is a little bit of the technical on AMC, a little bit of the ortex and the options data as well.
Yes.
But we're going to be going over this situation that I have uncovered with Business Insider.
This situation that I have uncovered. Oh, he uncovered something that was on fucking Wikipedia. That's not uncovering it, kid. That's learning about it. Right? You didn't uncover shit. The only thing you uncovered was, well, I mean, he didn't uncover it for himself. But the only thing that was revealed here was the fact that it should not be. How the fuck is this legal? How the fuck is this legal? And I don't even know if it should be illegal, but hey, in lieu of the government doing anything, or in lieu of YouTube doing anything, it's important that people realize how fucking ridiculous, how uninformed, how hypocritical, how uneducated, and quite frankly, how ignorant, if I didn't say that already, these grifters are. Especially one that will do something like this. They'll uncover something about an individual that did some bad stuff and paint it like really bad, but with emotional language. And they're doing the same thing. It's really, I mean, this is peak grift, if I may. It's peak grift. So, yeah, I know it's a short stream, but I'm trying to get more than 3 hours of sleep. And there's always time. There's always more time in the future, but in the ape world, fiction becomes fact. Model 3 dude says this. And, you know, I don't even know if fiction becomes fact. Fiction, all facts are fiction. You know, there really is no fact. It's all these alternative fictional facts. It's crazy. It's crazy, but, you know, I appreciate you guys showing up last minute, you know, at 11:30 on a Wednesday night to watch just a stupid video and short the VIX. You know, but this has to be said. I don't know how. Well, actually, if you look at the ratio, I mean, it's pretty terrible. It is pretty terrible. I mean, anytime that it's, well, I mean, okay, you can't compare it to my ratios because he's got 80,000 subscribers, so it's a little bit different, works a little differently. You know, when you have that. So we got 6,100 views and 801 likes. Well, I mean, I guess that's not too bad, but let's see. This system is so corrupt. Everyone share this. This is insane. All that we have uncovered, and now we trade at $12. When will a YouTuber with a large following organize a protest, make the SEC do something? Here we go. Here we go. Never. Yeah, and it shouldn't be. It should be never. So we got Pirate Baseball right there. He wants to get the pitchforks and torches together. More of us are going to have to become experts on the market, every aspect of it. More of us? Where is there an expert here? Where is an expert? I don't see any experts. I see 0 experts. But more of us are going to have to become. How the fuck is anything they do illegal? Oh, Brenda, Queen of Swords. Very intelligent take. This whole system is criminal. Fucking ridiculous. Welcome to capitalism. You just now figuring out how the system works. Really? Okay. Because crime. That's how. Duh. GME levels, point of control is 130. Why would you put that in here? Goldman and Ken are above the law. No one is going to put them in jail. Box D is the next stock to run. Get in early and don't miss out. Box D, thank me later. People pumping and dumping stocks. People in the comments on this shit video. God damn. The age of the short squeeze. The age of the pump and dump. It means a hell of a lot what others think of your stock. Says meat salad. I'm no... Wait. So never thank you for clearing it up. No gamma squeeze. No squeeze. Squeeze, no juice. Okay. So the hedgies will never get fined more than $4 million. Promoting companies that are crushing right after getting called out, deceiving the public. Sounds a lot like Jim Cramer. Why does not look at anything? I get buying pressure when everything goes. The dark pools, explain it to me. Rich fail up. YouTube messing with you again, not indicating a new video and no notification. Fuck them. Well, actually, that's good. That's a good thing. Maybe they realize that it's hypocritical. I posted this like 2 months ago. One blockbuster, LOL, didn't Spider-Man just break all kinds of record, and we have another Spider-Man coming. On top of Avatar and some others. So I see movies about to go wild. Interesting times coming. I own both stocks, so I am sitting pretty. Oh, that's what you think, Mike Tyson. Yeah, so nobody even really addressed the individual in here. But anyway, all right, I got to get to bed. But I do appreciate you all showing up on such short notice. Yeah, Brenda, Queen of Swords, is Common Sense Investor's girlfriend. Well, X. Boss runs the repo numbers on 2.3 trillion overnight rate and tells his followers that it's 34 billion every day and neglects to divide by 365 for the overnight rate. Well, that sounds wrong. That sounds wrong. So there's another example. Boss fucking blunts. Boss blunts. Wow. All right. Ortex leaking. Are you having trouble telling fact from fiction? You might be overdosing on hopium. Dial 911 right fucking now. There's no chance for recovery, but dial anyway. I like it. Nice to see you, Len. Chris, Model 3 dude. I saw Evergreen in their manuals here. And Chris was there. So anyway, have a good one. I'll catch you guys sometime soon. Have a good night. Later.